Alright guys, so we're going to get a brand new event coming out tonight for Dragon Ball Legends, and we'll talk about that in just one bit. But I just want to quickly show you guys and talk about a shop that I'm getting a lot of comments about. So I revealed, some data miner leaks just a few days ago on Tuesday that we should be getting a shop or two. And all of you guys are curious to see when this is going to come out. Well, the first shop here is a step up sale. So this is like one of the best things you can ask for. In terms of sales, I mean, the value of this is just like the best value you can get from the shop, right? So this is going to come out most likely August 1st as a either August 1st or the beginning of August on the next weekly reset. And as well as there's this other shop right here that I don't know if we have this one already, but yeah, all this should be coming out within a week or so. So just a quick heads up for all of you guys asking me where are the other shops. So there's that. Now let's talk about the brand new event coming out tonight, guys, because it should be coming out tonight, technically speaking tomorrow if you guys are East Coast. But if we just scroll down really quick, we have the Battle Royale. Now this one's actually quite interesting just because there's certain limitations to this one. It is going to be episode saga, Cell Saga related, so only characters will Cell Saga, and of course we just got a banner Cell Saga related, so we'll talk about that in just one bit. But the special rules kind of threw me off shock for a little bit because it says 30% to tag hybrids base health, and I was thinking, like, why would they do that? Why would they just buff hybrids Saiyans health by 30%? Well, then I thought about it and I'm like, okay, the new Gohan that we just got, right? The new Gohan that we just got. So let me just go here really quick. Just going through a random couple of teams. But this Gohan right here, he's green and the cell is actually purple. So it's a direct counter towards this Gohan here. So that's why they're just trying to basically just buff this Gohan. But yeah, guys, let's talk about the teams because it could be quite interesting if you're trying to build a hybrids team as well. There are a lot of really, really interesting options, honestly. The way I like to think about when I construct teams for Battle Royale is very, very simple, okay? So what I like to do is I like to see the most dominant character that is going to be used, which is most likely going to be this cell, right? This cell right here. Either this cell or this other cell, right? So the reason why I say maybe this cell is because not a lot of people did summon on the banner. So not a lot of people will be having this cell, which, by the way, is absolutely amazing. Probably one of the funnest units to play with. He's like so fast paced. His green card is so broken as well, which, by the way, I will be making a showcase very shortly on this character. But what I like to do is I'm like, okay, purple, what counters purple? Yellow, what counters yellow? Red, right? So I think these two characters right here will be the most used characters, right? So Gohan will be used, but Cell directly counters this character, right? So and by the way, I don't think there's any good blues for Cell Saga. Let's see if there's any good blues, because if there's no good blues, then that Gohan is, yeah, there's not really good blues. Yeah, there's no good blues, so this Gohan can't counter any good blues as well. So although he will be a good character, he's a very good tank, I do not think he's going to be very valuable in terms of color mechanics in this Battle Royale. That's exactly why they gave him a 30% buff to his health, right? So red is okay. So I think the most essential colors will be purple, yellow, and red. Okay, purple obviously because of the cell, yellow to counter this purple cell, and red to counter this cell right here, right? And there's no good blues to counter red. I would put second form cell here, the red one. I do not have him because I spent 30,000 crystals when he first came out for a 1% sparking, and I unfortunately did not get him. So if you guys do have him, obviously, right? So let's build some teams. The first team I'm going to be building is obviously going to be based off the new characters and as well as, a few cell characters, right? So if you just want to really, be very basic, right? Choose the brand new characters as well as like some buff benches. Maybe let's check out the Zenkais. The Zenkais are, I don't think there's any extra Zenkai buffs, right? No, there's not. Green, no. You could build a pretty solid hybrids team actually, but yeah, you would just kind of fill in the character, the last slot here. Let's just say, I don't know, like this yellow cell, right? Or a red character. You would probably fill in the red second form cell, right? So this would be your team with the second form cell if you guys do have that, right? Obviously, this cell right here is really good because not only does he buff health to androids, but he also buffs, not really a big Zenkai, buff, but still very notable. An extra 30% blast attack and strike defense to the other Zenkai cell. So, I mean, yeah, this team is pretty straightforward. This is going to be the team I'm going to be using personally. Besides this team right here, if you guys do want to build, let's just say a hybrids team to get advantage of those 30% buff to each hybrid, right? Which is quite hefty, guys. 30% is very good. You guys can probably do something like this, right? Let's just filter this out to hybrids. So there's some pretty solid options. I mean, nothing too crazy here, right? You would probably put this Trunks in the bench to Zenkai buff that Gohan. After that, maybe something like this. Maybe he could still put in some value. I'm not quite sure if he can or not. And then probably just some Zenkai benches, right? I mean, some buffs, some bench buffs. So nothing too crazy here, guys. Not much to build in terms of this campaign or this event. But overall, I do like the Cell. The Gohan is very, very tanky. But the Cell in specific, I would argue that he could possibly be a top 5, top 6 unit in the game. If you just really think about it, right? We have, that's a hilarious picture. So we have currently, let's just say, Goku and Frieza and Ultra Vegeta Blue, which is tied for number 1. Let's just say that, right? So those two right there. And then we have, obviously, Android 17, which plays a huge role in today's meta. And then perhaps maybe you can even toss out a few other blues, such as maybe Sword of Hope Trunks Zenkai, right? Maybe Rose in the mix or something like that. Ultra, you know, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. We could do that as well. So either like, I would say from top 7 to top 5, I would place a Cell. You do need a little bit more stars in him, but this guy hits like a truck, man. This guy, and by the way, I have a video scheduled for you guys tomorrow on a showcase for the Cell, but this guy hits like an absolute truck. He has an AoE green card. And by the way, this is going to be the team I'm going to be using this Cell in, or that I've been using this Cell in. It's going to be this team right here. Where is it? I think I skipped it. I think I might have skipped it. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me just show you guys the team that I'm using him in. It's actually a very, very solid team. It's pretty much an Android's region team. Let me go to my presets. It's going to be this team right here, okay? So this team right here is really, really good because we got pretty much... Okay, so Android 17 obviously is blue, and he's key to the meta, and he's got endurance as well, which, you know, could be nullified, can nullify other people's, you know, Rising Rush. Like, he can nullify Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta's Rising Rush. He can nullify Ultra Vegeta Blue's Rising Rush. Effects that negates endurance, right? As well as this Kid Buu right here, which there's a lot of purple in the metas right now. So I know you're not supposed to bring in a yellow in today's meta, but the fact that there's a lot of purples rolling around, like Goku and Frieza, we got UI Goku Zenkai, this purple Cell. I mean, the list really just goes on. There's a lot. Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Yellow's not the worst color, but you do got to be very careful when fighting a Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and not get one shot, right? So there's that, okay? But he still counters the meta pretty solid, I would think so. And of course, a Cell, Orange Piccolo. I mean, you could definitely replace that for a Zenkai buff, but the fact that I do got him at 14 stars, he could definitely be very valuable as well. So, yeah, guys, I mean, that was a quick recap. I try to fill it in as quickly as possible, talking about teams and what teams I'm using in right now and the shop and stuff like that. So if you guys did find value, as always, make sure you guys simply just like and subscribe. And I'll definitely catch you guys once again in a little bit for another video. Have a good one. Peace.